or 20 years ago, I started noticing photographs that had this ethereal, dreamlike quality, almost liquid. And I just had to figure out what that was, because that was how I saw the world. That was how I wanted to portray the world. And after some research, I figured out it was wet plate collodion, which is a handmade glass negative type photography, going back before the Civil War. I spent a lot of time refining my approach to that. That was how I felt like the world was. And that was the feeling I wanted to feel when I looked at an image. It came from these handmade glass negatives with all their flaws and all their imperfections and all the disasters that happen, the blood and sweat and tears that go into making them and working your way toward a successful image. I don't know what it means or why I'm interested in that. I don't know what it is I'm after, but I know that I'm compelled to keep doing it. There wasn't anything specific I set out to shoot. I arrived in New York with a blank canvas, terrified that I wasn't going to figure out anything to shoot, because there's nothing harder than being given unlimited freedom. As a child, growing up in Connecticut, New York was kind of our big escape adventure. We'd hop the train, jump out at Grand Central, and just push around all day long, all around Manhattan, with no destination in mind, just pure freedom. So that seemed like a good place to start the journey to Wolfeboro. I wanted to explore the East Coast with fresh eyes. I left before I started making photographs, so I never really looked at it with the eyes of a photographer. I always looked at it with the eyes of a skateboarder. So I thought it would be really fun and challenging and interesting to see if it looked different to me now. Driving down the highway and I pull off because there's kind of a nice overlook, a really beautiful overlook, and I thought, oh, maybe there's something here to make a photograph of, you know. And I get out and I'm staring at this beautiful valley with a river running through it, and this beautiful scene, and it just didn't need to be a photograph. There's plenty of that. And then my gaze kind of wandered to the right a little bit, and right in front of me, right on the other side of the guardrail, was this beautiful rib cage of a moose, completely intact. It just reminded me and reinforced that I'm not after any grand scene or pretty picture. I'm really sort of chasing what lies on the sideline. the beauty in these glass negatives is in their weaknesses. It's in their flaws. They're just like us humans. Every one of us is unique, and every plate that I make is totally unique. Even when I shoot two identical frames, one right after the other, one of them might be great and one of them might be horrible, and it all boils down to the mysteries that lie within the coating of the gelatin silver on the glass, and you can end up with something really beautiful. And I think that's why I'm so drawn to this process, because in my day-to-day work life I have to shoot digital photography and there's just no mystery there. My end goal for this trip was to work my way to Wolfeboro, but once I got there I realized that that wasn't it at all, that the trip was about the journey and moving through the world and responding to instincts.